Hi, fantastic folks. Welcome back to another episode of Controversialism with Ankur Bhuya. Today, the topic that we will be discussing is the global crisis and psychology behind rape. So, rape is one of the most heinous crimes, leaving scars that extend far beyond the physical. Globally, it continues to be a pervasive issue, shattering lives and exposing deep seated societal flaws. In India, the situation is particularly alarming, with the brutal gang rape of Jyoti Singh in 2012, known as the Nirbhaya case, serving as a catalyst for widespread outrage and demands for change. This session dwells into the prevalence of rape cases in India and worldwide, the psychology of rapists based on a study conducted in Tihar Jail, and the profound impact of rape on victims. Finally, it explores the need for comprehensive strategies to combat this social evil, including the contentious issue of capital punishment. Rape is a global crisis that transcends borders, affecting women, men, and children in every society. According to a 2021 report by the World Health Organization, approximately 1 in 3 women worldwide, which is around 736 million, have experienced physical and or sexual violence in their lifetime. The report further notes that rape is grossly underreported, with many survivors fearing stigma, disbelief, and further violence. In India, the National Crime Records Bureau (NCRB) reported over 28,000 rape cases in 2020 alone, which translates to about 77 cases per day. However, these numbers are likely just the tip of the iceberg, as many rapes go unreported due to societal pressure, fear of retribution, and the victim blaming culture prevalent in many communities. Now let's take a look at the psychology of the rapist. Following the Nirbhaya case, an Indian journalist conducted a detailed survey in Tihar Jail, interviewing the convicted rapists. The findings revealed a disturbing blend of misogyny, entitlement, and a lack of empathy among the perpetrators. Many of the convicted rapists came from marginalized backgrounds with a history of abuse and exposure to violence. However, these factors alone do not justify their actions. The study highlighted a prevailing mindset where women were seen as objects rather than individuals with rights. The rapists often blamed the victim for provoking them, reflecting deep-rooted patriarchal attitudes that normalize violence against women. Furthermore, a significant number of the interviewed rapists showed no remorse, demonstrating a frightening disconnect between their actions and the consequences. The psyche is not unique to India. Globally, studies have shown us that rapists often exhibit traits of narcissism, a need for power and control, and an inability to empathize with their victims. These findings underscore the importance of psychological interventions and societal reforms to prevent rape. If we talk about the impact on victims ranging from physical, emotional, and social devastation, then the impact of rape is profound and multifaceted. Physically, survivors may suffer from severe injuries, sexually transmitted infections, and in some cases, unwanted pregnancies. However, the emotional and psychological toll is often even more devastating. Many survivors experience post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. The stigma attached to rape can lead to social isolation, with victims often shunned by their communities or even blamed for their assault. The societal impact extends to the victim's family, who may also face ostracization and economic hardship. In India, the legal and societal framework often fails rape survivors. The judicial process can be re-traumatizing, with victims subjected to invasive questioning and lengthy trials. Moreover, the low conviction rates for rape cases further erodes faith in the system, leaving many survivors feeling abandoned by the very institutions meant to protect them. Now, let's take a look at how to combat rape, the strategies, and the debate on capital punishment as well. Addressing rape requires a multifaceted approach that includes legal reforms, education, and societal change. While the introduction of stricter laws and the establishment of fast track courts in India post Nirbhaya have been steps in the right direction, much more needs to be done. Number 1. Education and awareness. A comprehensive education campaign targeting both men and women is essential. This should focus on promoting gender equality, respect for women, and the consequences of sexual violence. Schools, workplaces, and communities must be involved in these efforts to foster a culture of respect and zero tolerance for sexual violence. Number 2. Legal reforms. Strengthening the legal framework to ensure swift and fair trial is crucial. This includes ensuring that law enforcement agencies are trained to handle rape cases sensitively and that survivors receive the support they need throughout the legal process. Number 3 is psychological intervention, providing psychological support to both victims and potential offenders if necessary. Rehabilitation programs for convicted rapists that address the underlying psychological issue. 4. Capital punishment debate. The death penalty for rapists remains a contentious. Proponents argue that it serves as a strong deterrent and delivers justice for heinous crimes. However, opponents contend that capital punishment does not address the root causes of rape and may even lead to an increase in violence against victims. The need of the hour in a democratic country like India is a balanced approach that prioritizes the safety and dignity of women while ensuring that justice is served. In conclusion, rape is a pervasive and devastating crime that requires urgent attention at every level of society. The prevalence of rape in India and around the world highlights the deep-seated issues of misogyny, power imbalance, and inadequate legal protection. By understanding the psychology of rapists as revealed in studies like those conducted in Tihar Jail, and by recognizing the profound impact on victims, we can develop strategies that not only punish offenders but also prevent future crimes. The fight against rape is a fight for justice, dignity, and the protection of fundamental human rights. And it is a fight that must be waged with determination, compassion, and unwavering commitment. That was all for today. Thank you, fantastic folks. I'll see you on the